In the beginning, there was light. And then, there was App all night. Those days of wishing you were part cat, part ladybug are finally over! Catbug Fly finds you playing as Catbug from the awesome YouTube show Bravest Warriors. You navigate your Catbug body through different levels, collecting items like butter lettuce and
sugar pea!
Drop your loot into portals that pop up so you can get cash to upgrade your character. Or spend it on outfits because who doesn't need a sombrero? The game has 0 in-app purchases, which is awesome, so all you have to worry about is avoiding obstacles and cruising through the sky. Force, an incredibly good-looking and difficult arcade shooter where you spend most of your time blowing up enemies, sometimes in slow motion, getting stars, and decking out your ship to better blow up said enemies. But it isn't all about destroying. Oh no, you also rescue helpless civilians. Get close enough and then Orbitum. Orbitum is a fast-paced and dizzying game. The rings and yourself get pulled towards the black hole in the center, and you have to constantly jump to the outer circles to avoid certain doom. Your speed changes depending on the ring size, and you have to time your jumps to grab green orbs for points, blue squares for power-ups and hyper jumps, and avoid red triangles or else. It also has a pretty killer soundtrack. Level 2, speed up. And as we know, when getting sucked into a black hole, your body stretches out due to spaghettification, and if you want that look, then get Spring. Spring is a photo editing app with one purpose: to take photos of you and elongate your body. Ah yes, look at those magnificent torsos. It is super simple to do and only takes a minute. Quest. In this RPG, there are 2 directions, backwards and forwards. And that is also the underlining theme of the game. You begin the game, you battle, level up, die, start from the beginning, battle, level up, die, and so on and so forth. The urge to keep moving forward, level up your character, gain new abilities and weapons is really great. But if you don't like the repetition, then try some puzzles with Kiwanuka. At first it seems like a prettier version of Lemmings, but it is so much more. Using your lightning-spewing staff, you create bridges out of your followers. Push them in the direction they need to go, and then use their bodies as steps as you work your way to free an imprisoned friend. The puzzles can be difficult to figure out as some actions have to be timed and other platforms break apart your bridge. Instead of stringing people together, string words together in Lex. Lex is a word game, and like most word games, the more difficult the letter, the more points you score. However, you just can't leave some letters behind in favor of the higher value ones. As the game progresses, unused letters start to fill up, and once completely read, it's game over. The game makes you strategize about which letters to use and when to use them. But let me ask you a question. What does the color purple sound like? Well, ROYGBIV says it sounds like this. ROYGBIV is a synesthesia synthesizer that uses the saturation, brightness, and hue of objects to identify their color and adjust the synthesizer's musical variables. Allow me to regale you with the sound of a bowl of pineapple. Lovely. Now that we've heard that sound, let's go for a sound ride. In this endless runner, there are numerous obstacles to avoid and fun physics to play with, like bouncy floors, bridges to help you jump, and ones that fall. But one of the coolest bits is building the background song by hitting certain points in the level. The game also has a really cool look to it, but sometimes looks can be deceiving, as we'll see in my favorite app this episode, which we'll call APPisode, Monument Valley. If you haven't played Monument Valley yet, then you are probably in a coma, which, in that case, ooh, when you wake up, you will buy Jake Unlimited Taco Bell. Monument Valley is really, really good. You play as a princess who has to navigate through different mind-melting levels. The game plays with your sense of dimension to create an experience that is based mainly on illusions, and every aspect of the game, from the way it plays to its music and sound design, is fantastic. Links to all the apps can be found in the description below. It has been a while since the last App All Night, so if you want more, give it a thumbs up and share it so everyone can app all night. Also, Michael and I had a very lovely taco time on my personal channel, which you can check out if you so desire. And, as always, thanks for watching.